There are places on Earth that exist beyond fences, warnings, and laws, locations so secret, sacred, or dangerous that access is strictly forbidden. These are not movie sets or myths. They are real, protected, and deliberately hidden from the public. Today, we're stepping up to the edge of those boundaries. Area 51. Hidden deep in the Nevada desert, Area 51 has become the world's most famous forbidden location. Officially, it's a U.S. Air Force testing facility. But for decades, it has been surrounded by speculation, secrecy, and strict security. The airspace above it is restricted, the ground is heavily guarded, and warning signs make it clear that trespassers face serious consequences. What truly happens inside Area 51 remains classified. Some believe it's where experimental aircraft are developed and tested far from public view. Others insist it's connected to extraterrestrial research, reverse-engineered spacecraft, or technologies far beyond what we know. While many theories are exaggerated, the government's long silence fueled the mystery for years. Even today, with partial acknowledgments from officials, the base remains closed to the public. Its isolation isn't just physical, it's informational. Area 51 reminds us that some knowledge is deliberately kept out of reach, locked behind security clearances and desert skies. Vatican Apostolic Archive. Often referred to by its old name, the Vatican's secret archives, this immense collection of documents sits behind guarded walls in Vatican City. Despite the ominous nickname, secret originally meant private. Still, access is tightly controlled. Inside are centuries of letters, records, and manuscripts, communications from popes, kings, scientists, and world leaders, documents related to trials, excommunications, political power struggles, and religious decisions are preserved here. Some materials are over 1,000 years old. Only qualified scholars with special permission may enter, and even then their access is limited. Entire sections remain closed indefinitely. The mystery lies not in what we imagine is hidden, but in what we are not allowed to verify ourselves. The archive stands as a reminder that history is often curated, not fully revealed. Svalbard Global Seed Vault. Carved into a frozen mountainside on a remote Norwegian island, the Svalbard Global Seed Vault is designed to outlast disasters, wars, and climate collapse. It stores millions of seeds from crops around the world, preserved in sub-zero temperatures. The vault is not a tourist attraction. Access is limited to a select group of scientists and officials. Its purpose is survival, ensuring humanity can restart agriculture if global food systems fail. What makes it unsettling is not secrecy, but seriousness. This place exists because humanity understands its own fragility. Locked behind steel doors and permafrost, the vault silently prepares for a future no one hopes to face. North Sentinel Island. North Sentinel Island is one of the most restricted places on Earth, not because of government secrets, but to protect its people. The island is home to the Sentinelese, an indigenous tribe that has lived in isolation for tens of thousands of years. Any approach to the island is illegal. The Sentinelese have repeatedly shown hostility toward outsiders, not out of aggression but survival. Contact could expose them to diseases they have no immunity against. This is one of the few places where humanity has collectively decided to leave a culture untouched. North Sentinel Island is forbidden not to hide something from us, but to protect something from us. Lascaux Caves. Discovered in France in 1940, the Lascaux Caves contain some of the most extraordinary prehistoric paintings ever found. Created over 17,000 years ago, the artwork depicts animals, movement, and symbolism with stunning sophistication. Shortly after opening to the public, the caves began to deteriorate. Carbon dioxide, humidity, and microorganisms brought in by visitors started damaging the paintings. The decision was made to close the caves permanently. Today, only scientists are allowed inside. Replicas exist for visitors, but the originals remain sealed. Lascaux is forbidden not because it's dangerous, but because it's irreplaceable. Ilha da Queima da Grande. Known as Snake Island, this small Brazilian island is considered one of the most dangerous places on Earth. It is home to thousands of venomous golden lancehead vipers, some of the deadliest snakes in existence. The Brazilian government strictly prohibits civilian access. The density of snakes is so high that stepping off a boat could be fatal. Even scientists require special permission and medical teams on standby. It stands as a reminder that some places are not meant for human presence, no matter how curious we are. Poveglia Island. Poveglia Island lies quietly in the Venetian lagoon, positioned between Venice and Lido, yet it carries one of the darkest reputations in Italy. For centuries, the island was used as a quarantine station during outbreaks of the Black Plague. Ships suspected of carrying disease were sent here, and those who showed symptoms were isolated, many never leaving alive. Later, Poveglia became the site of a psychiatric hospital, adding another grim chapter to its history. Thousands are believed to have died on the island, and legends claim that human remains were burned and buried so extensively that the soil itself is mixed with ash. Today, the island is officially closed to the public. Its abandoned buildings are slowly collapsing, overtaken by vegetation and silence. Windows stare out empty, and rusted doors hang open, offering glimpses into rooms where suffering once echoed. Local fishermen refuse to anchor nearby, and even boat captains tend to steer clear. It is not fear of enforcement that keeps people away, it is instinct. Stories of hauntings, screams, and shadowy figures persist, passed down through generations. Whether these tales are true or not almost feels irrelevant. Poveglia's power lies in its history. The weight of loss, isolation, and despair seems embedded in the landscape itself. Poveglia represents how certain places absorb human pain over time, becoming symbols rather than locations. It is inaccessible not merely because of legal restrictions, but because collective memory has marked it as a place better left untouched. In a city celebrated for beauty and romance, Poveglia stands as a quiet reminder of humanity's darker chapters, unseen, avoided, and unresolved. Ise-Grand Shrine. Ise-Grand Shrine stands at the heart of Japan's spiritual identity and is considered the most sacred site in Shinto belief. Dedicated to Amaterasu, the sun goddess and mythical ancestor of the imperial line, the shrine represents a living connection between nature, divinity, and tradition. Unlike monuments built to last forever, Ise is intentionally rebuilt every 20 years in an ancient ceremony known as Shikinin Sengu. This ritual is not restoration, it is renewal. Each reconstruction passes sacred knowledge, craftsmanship, and spiritual meaning from one generation to the next. Visitors are allowed to walk parts of the shrine grounds, crossing wooden bridges and forest paths that are designed to slow the mind and quiet the spirit. Yet the innermost sanctuary remains completely off-limits. No photographs, no exceptions. Only select Shinto priests and members of Japan's imperial family may ever cross that final boundary. This restriction is not about hiding something from the world. It is about protecting something from being reduced to spectacle. In Shinto belief, purity is fragile. Exposure, noise, and constant observation can weaken the spiritual presence of a place. By remaining unseen, the heart of Ise retains its power. The shrine teaches a rare lesson in a world obsessed with access and visibility. Some truths lose their meaning when they are fully exposed. At Ise-Grand Shrine, sacredness is preserved not through mystery alone, but through restraint, reminding us that reverence sometimes means knowing when not to look. These places remain closed for reasons ranging from safety and preservation to respect and survival. They challenge our curiosity and remind us that not all mysteries are meant to be solved. If you enjoy exploring the hidden side of our world, subscribe to the channel because some stories deserve to be uncovered carefully.